My name is Alan Kennedy. I've been with the club or have been with the club for a long time. I started as treasurer in 1990, partly a matter of default because it was proposed to close the club down unless someone stood up and at least offered themselves to stand in a position. And then it was put to me that there wasn't a great deal to do, just sign a few cheques or at least ask the PCYC with whom we were associated to pay our cheques, and that would be all I had to do. I was interested in doing this because two of my sons played for the club, but this very soon developed into a 40-hour week exercise, because not only did the club expand from 25 teams when I became treasurer to 146 teams by the time I ceased close connection with the club, but I also ended up looking after the kits, which I continued to do for 10 years after I ceased to be treasurer. And that was actually much harder work than being a treasurer, because a treasurer simply meant having to ask people for money, but kits meant you had to get shirts for sometimes 1,500 people, and sometimes that was a tricky thing to do because you talk about, for example, an under-14 team and you've got one person in that team who's actually 6'3", and you talk about an all-age team in which one person is 4'7" tall, and every year there were a whole lot of adjustments to be made to a set of shirts which had been issued, and it did take quite a lot of time in the first 3 months before the competition actually started. It was the case until around about early 2000s. You had to ring up all the teams and tell them where they were going to play this coming Saturday, or confirm that what was on the sheet at the beginning of the season was still valid for the coming Saturday. So sometimes it was 100 phone calls during the week to tell teams they were playing, they'd changed, or to confirm that they hadn't. I also acted as all-age coordinator, and that meant telling all the all-age teams where they had to play on a given Saturday afternoon. And on one ghastly Saturday, I had forgotten to tell 3 teams how their matches had been changed on a Friday night for Saturday afternoon. And I had to apologise to these 3 teams because they didn't get a match. And 2 of those teams said, we were so far ahead, it was better for us to take the break. And I think they were being kind about that. But one of those teams, it was true, and they went on to get the premiership, even though I had not told them where to go to on one Saturday afternoon by mistake.